Hello everyone, welcome back to Star Control 2. It's time for some more exposition with Melnorme here.
Look out! Boy, what a close call! Captain, why did you try to run down that keel Varese vessel? You almost smashed it into flinders. What? You didn't see it? Surely you... Oh, never mind. Now, what can we do for you today?
Thanks for, you know, all the great information. Okay.
How?
I want to learn about alien races.
You are presently attacking the Pecanque in the Lekali and Kruger constellations. These beings have slavish devotion to their dark gods Dogar and Kazan.
You're actually not right now because we told them to attack the Dash and kind of moved away.
Them by the
Pecanque right now.
If you need to manipulate the Iraq, we suggest you discover the Ungar's technique and duplicate it.
Yes, thank you. We did that.
The Pecanque are a mystical offshoot of the Yehat species, who left their bird brothers long ago to found a peaceful enclave in the Kruger and Geikless stars. At the present time, the Pecanque are defending themselves against the Irath, who have been commanded to attack the happy birds by Dogar and Kazan. The Pecanque may be unwilling to make a formal alliance with you, but we have confidence that if you explain yourself honestly, they will help your efforts against the Iroquois.
Thank you.
The creatures presently fighting the Iroquois are called the Korra.
Yes, we know.
They are an Iroquois subspecies who split off from the main species many thousands of years ago. Their present fight is a ritual reenacting of a major difference of opinion between two rival Iroquois leaders after the Iroquois overwhelmed their slave masters, the Dinyare. The Korra are immune to reason, having long ago lost the ability to see their situation objectively. They live in a self-maintained paradox. To ensure their safety and security, the Korra fight an endless battle against all other sentient species.
Interesting.
I must warn you about some very bad people. Is this worth so many credits? You ask yourself. I assure you it is. The creatures are called the Druge, and they are a callous and evil race. They care for nothing but profit and personal gain through unfair mercantile exchanges.
Like you?
Why are you looking at me like that, Captain? It is not appropriate. As I was saying, these wicked creatures will try to sell you commodities at unreasonably low prices. Boy, they almost give away fuel. Do not fall for their tricks. There are hidden costs, secret tariffs. So that you may avoid them, I will tell you that their main trade world is Zeta Persei 1. Why are you smiling, Captain?
Because you guys are silly.
The Berdixies race evolved on the planet Arcturus 1. They lived there in a relatively benevolent manner until the Korra came and destroyed them during the course of 2 or 3 unfortunate days. The Druge were largely responsible for the Korra finding the Berdixies. You see, the Berdixies were in long-distance, hyperwave contact with a race known simply as the Keg. For decades, the Keg and the Berdixies traded much valuable information until the Geg came under attack by an invading race who you may know as the Korra. The Geg warned the Vertices that the Korra located races by their hyperwave transmissions and that they had already discovered the radiations from the Druge.
Oops.
When the Vertices were kind enough to warn the Druge that a hostile alien race was homing in on their hyperwave radiations, the Druge shut down all their transmitters and erected a powerful hyperwave beacon on the surface of the Vertices moon. The Korra changed course, attacked the poor Vertices, and sadly destroyed them all.
Well, I suppose that's what they do.
The Fradash are an arrogant,
They're hilarious.
stubborn, and thick-skinned species who reside in the Draconis and Apodus star systems.
Yeah,
They have
we're
little
Apodus right
or
now.
no respect for anything but force, which they admire greatly. To make the Fradash your friends, you should consider killing most, but not all of them. In addition, they guard some kind of sacred relic at the star system Zeta Draconis, though we do not know the true nature of this artifact.
Thing.
The Fradash homeworld
Exclamation marks.
is at Delta Draconis.
Okay, that's... Okay, so we have Arcturus 1, and we have
After the war,
Zeta
the
Draconis.
Chengesku and the Melnorme chose to be slave-shielded on the Chengesu's homeworld at Procyon. We suspect that they are melding their two species to form some kind of new hybrid race. A race which may well be
They talk like
powerful
this.
enough to destroy the Urquan single-handedly.
Which would be awesome.
However, by our calculations, this process will take many decades, if not
Hey, can I sell you some
centuries.
information? Because I would like to
Should you
update
wish to
you
talk to them,
on,
we recommend you invest in a hyperwave broadcasting system, which is powerful enough to penetrate the shield around their
did that.
world.
Thank you.
The Mycon are
really liked
using
it.
this time, while the
Either way.
Urquan have their attention elsewhere, to expand their sphere of influence as fast as possible. The Mycon colonize planets by launching tough spore pods from orbit and injecting them under the planet's surface. Months later, after the spores have grown hundreds of thick, fibrous tendrils under the planet's crust, the tendrils suddenly burst up out of the planet and create huge calderas. Not incidentally, filling the planet's atmosphere with the Mycon's preferred gases, clouds of superheated steam and sulfuric acid.
I know, one hand, like, I do not like my hand.
Following the end of the war, the Androsynth began experimenting with interdimensional fatigue, a process which is related to your faster-than-light drive.
Maybe my quality
but
portal spawner.
involves dimensions far more alien than hyperspace. They had just made a major breakthrough when they were suddenly wiped out by a race called the Ors, who appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Actually, we don't know what the Ors did to the Androsynth. They're just all gone. The Arilulae
Yes.
are a mysterious race of IDF beings.
Interdimensional fatigue.
IDF
course.
meaning
I'm smart.
interdimensional fatigue.
So,
They
You know,
do
it's
not
interesting
reside
'cause
in this galaxy.
the Arilulae say that they're from above, and the Ors are from below.
While it is true that the
But-
Arilu are rarely seen far from the Columbae
Yeah,
Sun,
we've been there.
they do make regular secret visits to your world
Yes, we know.
and have done
But
so
it's like,
for centuries.
would make more
Ever since
sense.
Earth was slave shielded, they have focused their attention on the humans aboard the starbase, many of whom are now members of your crew. Though the Arilulale always smile and are never overtly hostile, we believe that they have a secret agenda which somehow involves your planet, Earth. These secret plans may or may not cause grief and woe to you Earthlings.
Yeah, it has something to do with smelling or something. But, you know, it's like the ores say that they're from below. But it would make more sense. Like if you have like a... If you had, say, like a hairbrush or something, right? And you... It's a three-dimensional object and you put it into a two-dimensional world, it would look like many fingers penetrating that two-dimensional world, right? But that was a three-dimensional object going to two-dimensional object. So it's like that sounds like for me from above, but then the Arlale come from a dimension where things travel really fast with no fuel, which is sort of a simplified thing. You know, it's I don't know, it's just whatever.
Just under 20 years ago, the brave and suicidal Shofixi annihilated their species by exploding a precursor device, some kind of bomb, in the interior of their sun.
Gee, I could sure use one of those, right?
Solar flares cooked the life off the Shofixi homeworld and incinerated over 100 Urquan dreadnoughts which had just entered the system to conquer the Shofixi. In actuality, there are still at least a dozen Shofixi left alive in the galaxy. One or two are at Delta Gorno, guarding the dead hulk of their once beautiful world. Others can be found in Vox space.
Thank you.
The Slilandro are a mostly non-solid, sentient race who live in a gas giant at Beta Corvi.
We said hi.
We recently sold them a self-replicating exploration probe, which has somehow turned hostile.
This was not worth 75.
Everything it detects. If such encounters had angered you, Captain, please do not address your concerns to us. We possess a formal waiver of damages authorized by Slilandro Speaker and are in no way responsible for the situation. The cowardly Spaffy live at the single planet orbiting.
You know about Stardock. They're hiding under their
They do not actually live on their world. Rather, they reside on its airless moon. The reason? A xenomorphic species which craves the sweet-flavored flesh of the Spaffy has been transported to the surface of their planet.
Wait, what?
And makes every attempt to devour the poor Spaffy. I'm certain that the Spaffy would be forever in your debt if you were to eliminate these creatures from their planet. What? You fear the alien creatures will find you a treat also?
What is the Oomga doing? Do the Oomgas make these dudes?
Our data reveals the beasts are not interested in your species. Should you wish to consult with the Spaffy Ruling Council, you will need to know the secret Spaffy cipher. A password.
Which is Huffy Muffy Gruffy.
Huffy Muffy Guffy.
Oh, whoops.
Like you Earthlings, when the war with the Urquan was lost, the Cyrene chose to be slave-shielded. Their new world is at Beetlejuice. The Cyrene starbase is crewed by the starship commanders and crew who were decommissioned at the end of the war. Though the Cyrene hate the Urquan with a vengeance.
You know, unless we do their quest line and kill off all the Mycon, or most of them, or something.
You reveal to them the truth behind the tragedy of their original homeworld, Syra, which was destroyed by the birth of a Mycon deep child a century ago.
Yes, thank you.
When the Urquan entered Gamma Serpentis, the home star of the Yehot.
Yeah, this might be
Their
useful,
queen
because
made a
I can't
sudden
figure out the Yehot yet.
change of allegiance and allied with
talked
the
with them,
Urquan
but
hierarchy.
they sometimes attack,
They
sometimes
became
don't.
Urquan combat thralls.
Yes, yes, yes.
This act was viewed by most Yehot starship officers as ultimately dishonorable, the desperate act of a corrupt regent to maintain her throne. The Yehot shame was greatly magnified by the Shofixti's show of courage when they destroyed their own star system to slow down the Urquan Armada. Captain, you have heard all that we have to say about aliens indigenous to this region.
Seriously?
Should we learn more in the near future, we shall be certain
Of course
to
you will.
sell it to you.
Mm-hmm.
While you
Might as well go
probably
through all
believe
these things.
that the Shofixti
No,
are
they're
safe,
reproducing at our home
having
base or something
caused
like
their
that right
sun to
now.
flare with a device identical to the Utwig super bomb.
Wait.
The truth is not so simple. There yet, the truth having caused their sun to flare with a device identical to the Utwig super bomb.
Okay, who are the
The truth
Utwig?
is not
And
so
they have a
simple.
super bomb.
There yet exists a chance to resuscitate this meta-marsupial species, though it will not be easy. The problem at hand seems simple. Bring together two Shofixti of different sexes.
Yeah, I get it.
And the carnal
Where-
gymnastics proceed. Given the short gestation and maturation time of the Shofixti, you will have thousands of the creatures in 10 years and millions in 20. Finding a male of the species is easier than fluff.
Yup.
Simply visit the Shofixti's blasted star system
Been there,
at
done
Delta
that.
Gorno. Captain Tanaka, or its sibling, Katana, shall greet you on your arrival. A warning. These warriors are old and fly in barely functional ships. If they mistakenly identify you as the enemy, do not return fire.
Yeah, we went through this.
Retreat and try to talk with them on their own level. The females of the species will be more difficult to obtain. The only supply of such remaining in the galaxy
Yeah, we went through this.
is at Alpha Cherenkov 1, included as part of General Zex's bizarre and beloved menagerie. Fortunately for you, Captain, Zex is considered, well, perverse by his fellow fox. This is because Zex actually enjoys the presence of human beings.
It's
To
not
acquire
quite
the
right,
Shofixti
actually.
females, you will have to appease Zex. Or kill him.
Did both, or something. Utwig Super Bomb. Why didn't you tell me about the Utwig in all of your... Hey, here's all your alien races in the galaxy. Huh?
The Urquan are presently at war with a race called the Korra.
No.
They are fighting within a large spherical
on.
region of space, centered around the Craterus star group. Although it is probably too early to tell, it would appear that the Korra are winning.
It's not optimal.
No doubt you are familiar with an alien race
Yes,
called
yes.
the
You didn't really tell me about the Unga,
Who live
about
in the
the,
Orion's constellation.
in the races thing
While they
either.
are renowned
Why not?
for their potent and often cruel sense of humor, they have outdone themselves in recent years. Specifically, they have used an unusual hyperwave caster to impersonate the Ilrath gods Dilgar and Kazan. When the Ilrath began tuning in to the voices of their gods on their hyperwave receivers, their priest caste was understandably skeptical. and counseled their many followers to ignore the blasphemous signals. However, in a surprise move, the majority of the Irad then rose up and slaughtered the entire priest caste.
Oh my!
The reasons for this ghastly move included overtaxation, lack of quality depth in ceremony, and the general feeling that the priests had made Dogar and Kazon's pronouncements overly complex.
Interesting.
As you know, there are weaknesses in the division between dimensions.
This is going to tell me about the hole.
Your vessel uses such weaknesses to
Wherever
enter
the hole
hyperspace.
was, I don't really care about anymore. Cause
there are other weak spots in the galaxy.
I spent like
lead to
4 months
different
messing with that hole. I
dimensions.
don't need to be told about it again.
One such portal exists nearby, between the Chandrasekhar and Kolam Bay constellations. The portal opens only a short time each month, starting on the 17th.
Isn't it interesting how it's
Since
just
we
so
have
perfectly...
never entered the portal, we can give no more information on this subject.
It's interesting, it's like, okay, why is it on a month-long schedule that just happens to correspond with the Earth's...
You call them dreadnoughts, I believe.
What?
Possess effective self-annihilation circuits, which prevent other races from reverse engineering Urquan technological secrets. However, we have become aware of a shipwrecked
Yes, we know about
dreadnought,
this. We did
which
that.
has remained largely
Tell me
intact.
about the bloody
remains of the ship
No, the
on the
Oogwigs.
surface of a blue world orbiting Alpha Pavonis. We suspect you will find at least one item of interest there, possibly two. You may have noticed the presence of an increasingly
You've told me about the Red Bull
number of
vessels like
probe
2 or 3 times
vessels,
already.
which move with great speed and attack relentlessly. We are sorry to say that this is our catalog item 2418B. Do not blame us. We are not responsible for this violent folly. The product is not being used in a correct manner.
That's funny.
Should you wish to
Yeah, that's
confront
actually
the
okay.
actual wrongdoers,
Go to Belta
we
Corvi.
suggest you search the planets
Been there.
invaded coordinates
Done that.
for
Thank
the
you.
probe's owners. Not more than 50 years ago, the Druge were informed by the now extinct Pervixes race of a powerful alien nation called the Utwig.
Okay.
The Utwig,
Yes.
the Pervixes explained, were pleasant, sophisticated creatures, but they were also terminally depressed and often spoke about ending their lives by activating a super weapon, some kind of gigantic bomb,
Yes,
which they had
yes.
found on one of their worlds. Zeta
Zeta
6B, I think it was.
6...
The Druge recognized the description of the bomb as a precursor planetary tool, which indeed was an explosive device of unrivaled power, and they set out to make it their own. Though the revolting, criminal, insidious Druge rarely leave their sphere of influence, it encompasses Algol, Almagas, and the Persei stars. They
Yes,
made a
yes, thank
special
you.
trip on this occasion to the
Sorry.
Aquilai constellation, where they made contact with the Utwig. There is a device commonly known as the Ultron. Is it now in your possession? Ah, I see.
No.
There is a device commonly known as the
No.
The Druge sold this device to the Utwig, explaining that it was a precursor personal magnifier, which would enrich the lives of their entire culture in too many ways to describe specifically. The Utwig, I am sorry to say, fell for the Druge's foul ruse and snapped up the Ultron immediately. Fortunately for us all, The Udwig did not pay the Druge's requested price, the super bomb, and instead gave him a collection of historical oddments and genuine artifacts, which to this day the Druge are trying to unload on unwary buyers.
Interesting.
The Udwig,
Yes.
who live in the
For a
Aquarii
constellation, yes.
constellation, have grown very depressed of late. They accidentally broke the supposed Ultron sold to them by the felonious Druge. As a consequence, they are morose and melancholic, and will probably be unwilling to help you fight the Urquan. If you wish to gain them as allies, we recommend that you acquire the broken Ultron, as if it ever worked, and find some suitable replacement parts. Our information indicates that you could find these items in 3 different places. A rosy sphere
Got that.
at the Druge Trade World.
Okay, and then
An
the Aqua Helix,
somewhere in
which
vast
is the Zaya Draconis
space.
thing,
A
probably.
clear spindle,
Which we got.
in the possession
Yeah, it's not
of
currently
the
just Frank. I have it. Mine. Okay.
Captain, that was the last current event.
Sweet.
We have
Everything else is
to
for fuel.
sell.
I have like
We regret to
$1,000
say
worth of fuel.
that you have
Okay.
exhausted our supply of genuinely valuable information. However, we do have many thousands of useless facts, and that we will gladly sell you at a substantial discount. Are you interested?
Might be, actually. I have extra money. Okay.
It has that. We look.
Yes. Okay. So, what we learned is a lot of things. In particular, Zeta Draconis. Zeta, Gamma, Epsilon, Ida, Theta, look, okay. No. Start at. F7. Kind of strange. Okay, Kappa. Mu. Nu. I will find Zeta Draconis somewhere. Zeta! There! Go! Now! Quickly! Okay, so... And then we also learned, okay, Arcturus for the Verdixies. But I'm more interested in the Utwig with their bomb, I think, which is at... wherever it was. Wherever it was, that's where we're going. But, okay. Now I'm going to assume Green World, since that's usually where these things are. But we'll explore otherwise if it's not. Hey! Hey guys! I'm your teacher.
The super strong human has returned to this, our most important planet. We, Culture 20, bid you welcome.
Hey, what's...
We orbit here, guarding that most precious of our relics, that which we hold most dearly, that which has been at the heart of all our cultures, except for Culture 9, and they don't really count. We
Okay.
guard the object which
You say so.
transcends mortal realms, the Aqua Helix. The Aqua Helix is our most precious relic. For the totality of our historical memory, the Helix has been with us. It guides, motivates, and rewards. It is the twisty thing that launched 1,000 ships. It is the relic all our cultures have held most... Oh yeah, I said that already. We know the Aqua Helix is great largely because all our previous 19 cultures have known this to be true. If the Aqua Helix wasn't anything special, why would we spend so much blood and passion over the little thing? It would be a colossal waste, an absurd travesty. Actually, this is what Culture 9 said during their 2-week period of dominance before Culture 10 wiped them out. Anyway, we remain convinced. We are Thredash, and all Thredash know the significance of the Aqua Helix.
So it's significant because it's
Therefore,
significant.
The Aqua Helix
Okay.
is great. The matter is resolved. This doesn't really count.
Alright.
Don't you? The long range.
Okay.
Why, certainly. Go ahead and land on the planet and take a look at the most precious of all our relics.
Sure.
The relic we hold most dear, as have all our cultures.
Primordial, lots of earthquakes. It's not particularly optimal. There's our relic. This feels mean. Report from the surface. Captain, we have discovered some sort of alien shrine here on the surface. The building is immensely old, at least 2,000 years. Inscribed around the perimeter of the cylindrical shrine are innumerable hieroglyphs which document the history of each of the 19 Thirdash cultures. That's cool. From what we have seen, we have learned that the Thirdash have risen to starfaring technology at least 3 separate times, only to nuke themselves back into the Stone Age again and again. Real surprising sounds. Inside the shrine, we have the Thrash kept something down here. Yeah, we didn't know what it was until we went inside. It was the Aqua Helix. Duh. In the exact middle of the structure was a tall dais of white stones. Set atop this dais was immense aqua gemstone, somehow shaped into a flat, twisted ribbon, like a DNA helix. Yes, okay. The Aqua Helix emitted incredible light pulses, illuminating the cavernous shrine like a giant strobe light, at least until Private Henorde decided what would happen if he grabbed the artifact. The helix immediately ceased glowing and has remained it. Great. We will bring the Aqua Helix back aboard. Yeah, okay. So we're going to steal their Aqua Helix and run away from the Thirdash. If they don't know we stole it, if they never see it. Okay. What we're gonna do is save the game. Take a short break. And then we're going to the quarry constellation for Fleetwig, and then Zeta Hydra 6B for their bomb, or something like that, because the Shimmer need the bomb. Okay, so with that, we're gonna wrap this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.